Hey everyone, can you guys just check if everything's okay with the audio and the video? It's been a long time since I've done a live. Alright, great. I'll probably start in around 5 minutes just to let people join. So yeah. No, not yet. Not yet. I'm gonna start soon. Just allowing some people to join first. Alright, I think I'm gonna start now. People will probably start joining soon. Just before we get started, first of all, welcome to the live, guys. Hope you're doing great. This is the first time I do live on YouTube for a long time, I think. Last time was months ago. If everything's, or can someone just let me know if everything's okay with the video quality and the audio quality so we can start? We have a lot of talk. We have a lot of things to be talking about today in the live BTC for sure. Both financial markets and altcoin markets and Bitcoin markets and every kind of market that is out there. Because I think like I wasn't sure if I wanted to go ahead and just start talking about the financial markets and the bear market and so on and so forth. Because I'm a type of person who kind of waits for confirmation of things to happen, then I can tell you for sure that they are happen or not. But unfortunately, like what I see right now in the charts is not very good for either crypto or financial markets in the long term. So I have to talk about it. So let's start with the live first. First, I'm gonna be very, very simple. We're gonna be very, very easy with Bitcoin for today. I'm gonna be talking about BTC and ETH, but most likely BTC and ETH are gonna be doing the same thing. After BTC and ETH, I'll probably be talking about some altcoins that you guys request or that have been requested, and I'll be talking also about gold and silver and the markets in general, obviously. But before I get to the BTC macro and micro, I'll start first with just the daily time frame for Bitcoin and what I see for Bitcoin, in the next couple of days or so. So first of all, on the weekly time frame, let me just jump to the weekly. The weekly is pretty bullish for Bitcoin. It has been since forever now. The 3-day is also pretty bullish, and the daily right now is bullish. So what does this all basically mean? 3-day bullish, daily bullish, weekly bullish. This is just me telling you guys that between mid-Jan and mid-Feb, which were right there, I think Bitcoin will do two things basically. Very, very simple things. So usually, since we excuse the different drawings, I will just hide them for now because I need them. These are previous support and resistance trend lines. So, all right. Weekly time frame wise, we have these EMAs, which are the 18 and 30 EMAs, which basically told us when the bear market really started. So the bear market started around here, which is Monday, around January 24th of 2022. So almost a year ago. This is when the bear market was confirmed, and I posted this on Twitter. I probably was one of the very few out there who went ahead and said the bear market is here. And I wasn't cocky or anything. I just used these indicators. When they confirm that the bear market is on, they will show me. When it's not on, they will show me also. So ever since, we have been under these EMAs, basically getting rejected and rejected and rejected and rejected. But just take a basic TA lesson out there. EMAs are like magnets to price action. So price action of any token out there is usually, it usually gets sucked to these EMAs like a magnet. No matter what, every time you overextend or underextend from these EMAs, whether you're bullish or bearish, so whether you're under them or over them, you always try to go to them, no matter what. So for example, here, you can see it in the charts where you drop and then you go wick on the EMAs and then you drop and then you go towards the EMAs and then you have a super strong drop and guess what? You go towards the EMAs and then you drop again and you go towards the EMAs. So they're like magnets. And this works on all of EMAs, by the way. They work on the monthly and the weekly and the daily and the 4-hour. And when you're a bull market, it's the same thing, by the way. So you pop and then you go back to the EMAs. You pop, you go back to the EMAs. You have a strong bull run, right? Or a strong run to the upside, but you always go back to the EMAs no matter what. Even because you are overextended from them and because they are like magnets, so it's only logical that you go towards them. Now, obviously, sometimes something like this happens where you basically drop below the EMAs, which is normal. It happens in all the markets out there. But as long as you don't lose them, you will be bullish. And as long as you don't break above them, you will be bearish. So as long as you don't lose them, I mean, you don't lose them and just get rejected on the retest. Here the retest basically won, and you continued, and there was no bearish cross. So as long as there's no bearish cross, and as long as you don't really close under them, then you're still bullish. But once your cross is bearish, or once you have a bearish cross, then most likely the opposite will happen. So now you're basically in a downtrend where you're gonna go to, you're gonna drop and then go towards them, get rejected, drop, go towards them, get rejected, so on and so forth. So basically the bull run here is basically an opposite of what we're doing right here regarding the EMAs, where here we just bounce on them, whereas here we got rejected on them. With that being said, previously I told you guys that the daily and the 3-day and the weekly are bullish. So what does this mean for Bitcoin? So basically this means that Bitcoin in this month and in February, so January, February, March, it should have nice upside. And by nice upside, I mean probably more than the previous upsides that we had. So probably more than just going towards the EMA, which is right now at 18K, by the way, 18.3, get rejected and drop. So why is that? Because we're nearing the end of, so this indicator, which is the squeeze, usually has to turn green at some point in time. And it hasn't turned green since January last year. And it should turn green now because, technically speaking, in history, we should be resuming the bull run right now. But I don't think, so I think it will turn green. And I think we will go up. But I don't think that the bull run will resume. All right? So that's pretty much it. I posted on Twitter like not too long ago, me saying that by January or February or mid-Feb, mid-Jan, Bitcoin should go towards 28K. And it should test there. And if it breaks 28K, bull run resumes. If it doesn't break 28K, bull run doesn't resume. And if it doesn't even happen, so we don't even go to 28 by mid-March or mid-February, bull run is over. So forget about bull run for now. You enter something new, which is a prolonged bear market. And I was an if person back then, but right now I think I'm like around 95% sure that there's no resumption of the bull run. As I hope I'm wrong, by the way. This is the first time in forever that I really hope I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to go post on Twitter that, yeah, I'm glad I was wrong. I'm happy that I was wrong. But with 95% certainty that the bull run is not resuming, it's up to you to whether you want to believe me or not. But I can tell you what I expect over the next couple of years and how it's going to be. So just stick around to the, in the live so we can talk about this more and more. Let's see what we have here. Moon soon, above 28K soon. Bull will not resume. Bull will start. So this is where bull run. It's not about resuming. It's about starting. Yeah, sorry, but I don't believe it will start. Just to be clear, I believe that this is going to be another major bull trap for a lot of people, a lot. And as I explained on Twitter with my latest tweet, many people will think that the bull run has resumed, but it will not. And I will give you details why, or my idea of why this is happening. All right. So just to be clear, for the daily time frame and the 3-day and the weekly, Bitcoin is going up in my personal opinion. Between mid-Jan to mid-March even, we should be bullish for Bitcoin. But maximum Bitcoin can go, just to be very clear, is around 31K. Minimum it can go, probably, I would say, 21. That's the minimum I can see it going. Maximum I can see it going is around 31. So that 21 to 31, so that 10K range that you have there, is what probably will be visited by Bitcoin between these 2-3 months that are coming. It will all depend on the market sentiment, by the way. I don't want to throw out lies here, but why did I choose 28 specifically? There is a reason, obviously, why I'm leaning towards that 28K region rather than 21 or rather than 31. But 31 is very likely, not because, or why did I bring this 31 instead of 28, even though it's a 3K difference, is because usually market likes to liquidate traders or likes to, go slightly above certain places to give more hopium to people, so on and so forth. Something very similar to this here, if you can see here. Let me zoom in here for you. So here, for example, if you were a trader, you would say, okay, we dropped, and May said that after a drop, price action tends to go towards the EMAs. So the price did go towards the EMAs, but it actually slightly went above. And this is usually because of, trading, of manipulation and trading in the futures market. Because if I were a trader, I'll probably be shorting here around 44,000, let's say, and I'll probably have a stop loss of, 42 or 41 or something like this, right? Instead, price stop loss of like 45, right? Or 45.5 or something. Instead, what does the price do? It goes towards 48, liquidates you, and then the drop continues. So this is more of a trading and futures perspective on why I put the 31K out there. But usually it's the 28K region that is most likely to be visited, that area. Whether market maker is going to wick 3K up or not, it depends on them, and depends on how many traders are longing or shorting at that specific point and at that specific time as well. Now, why 28K? I'm going to go to the monthly time frame. And this is, I'm going to switch charts also. I'm going to switch all-time history. So, just to be very clear, this is what I was expecting, and I posted this on Twitter, and I'm going to keep it because I believe this is what's going to happen. It might not play out 100% like this, but at least for this specific region, I think this is what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks between, Jan and March. I think we will go up because we are underextended from the EMAs, the monthly EMAs. So I think we will go up. And the EMAs right now are around 27,000 flat. So most likely we might wick above them slightly because market makers like to do this. And then after that, we'll not hold the retest and then we drop. If I'm wrong, by the way, if I am wrong, then on the drop, what will happen is we're not going to lose so on the retest, we're not going to lose the EMAs, right? And then we're going to stay above them till they flip bullish again. And then the run, starts. If I'm wrong, all right, which I hope I'm wrong, by the way, but 95% sure that I'm not gonna be wrong, and reason being is many TAs out. I don't want to call them TAs. Many people out there on Twitter are assuming that the bull run is resuming or is starting now, using something very simple, which is comparing previous bull runs to the run now, basically. So if you compare them, you would see that it takes almost a year for the bull run to start. So it took here, for example, since the all-time high. So it took here around 420 days, which is almost a year, right, for the bull run to start. And also here in 2014, it took around 570 days for the bull run to start. So it's always within that period of time, which is a year and a half from the all-time high bull run starts. And that's what the people out there on Twitter who call themselves TA are basing this whole idea of the bull run starts now, because they're comparing previous history to the current history. And I was one of them, obviously, because comparing previous historical cycles to current historical cycles is something natural that anyone who is a TA, or something basic that anyone who calls themselves a TA has to do. The only difference between me and these so-called TAs is I don't use one thing to use. I cannot just say, because previous history played out, it's going to play out again. So I use different types of things. With that being said, my main indicator and my main fear for a prolonged bear market are these EMAs. So these are the monthly 18 and 30 EMA. Since the beginning of Bitcoin, since Bitcoin was, created, they have never, ever crossed bearish. By that, I mean, they never do a bearish cross. They come very, very close to touching, as you can see here. And I'm going to show you the replay just so you can see what I mean. Let's do replay from here, I think. That's good. So I'm going to play you the replay to show you what I mean. And just keep eyes on the EMAs, right? This is 3x movement speed. Maybe bump it up to 10. All right, we can bump it up to 10. Look at the EMAs. We go to test them, right? They come super close to touching, but they never do, like ever. and the run starts basically. So you break above them, you start bouncing on them because they're magnets, as I said earlier, and then the run starts, and then everybody's happy. It's that simple. And they haven't crossed in forever. They came close to crossing in that 2014-15 bull run or bear market. Here they came close to touching as well, crossing. They never crossed till 2022 or 2023. They're crossed. They are crossed. You can see them here. Fully 100% crossed. So now keep in mind, these are monthly EMAs. So monthly EMAs means once they do a bearish cross, it's very hard for them to uncross again soon, which aka means a longer bear market than anticipated before, obviously. So they have crossed, and I'm going to probably be posting on Twitter after this that I think that the prolonged bear market isn't confirmed, and I think that there was going to be a hopium push to the upside, which I already stated, by the way. Hopefully, so I can get out with some dignity, at least if I have some altcoins left, because I will get out if this happens. I'm not going to, I would rather buy the drop after. So if we go up like this and I'm wrong, right, then Bitcoin will do this and consolidate above them, and they start to cross bullish, and then the run starts. So I'd rather, buy during the run starting than just randomly buying here. There's no way. Like I'm selling here. If this happens, I'm selling. And not to mention the monthly EMAs right now. So the 18 and 30 EMAs, which have bearishly crossed right now, which have they've never crossed since Bitcoin's inception ever. So basically, Bitcoin has been in a bull run for 10 years now, since its inception. It has been in a bull run for 10 years, and then now suddenly that 10-year uptrend has suddenly flipped. So is it going to be a 10-year downtrend? Is it going to be a 6-year downtrend? I cannot be very, very specific. I cannot really know. I assumed it's going to be 9 years just because it's a 1-to-1 ratio. I'm expecting it to be like a 1-to-1 ratio. It took 10 years to go up. Most likely it will take 10 years to bottom out. But it could be 6. It could be, 4. So you could start if the run ended in 2022, January, it could start in 2026 or it depends. But it will be longer than expected, and it's not starting now. All right? And what I think what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks is something similar to this, where you have a fake run and then, bear market continues. Now, again, some questions that might pop out there from people. Maze, if this happened in 2019, but actually the bull run really resumed after, why can't it happen now? The only difference, because in 2019, there was no bearish cross of the monthly EMAs. So the monthly EMAs were bullish. In 2018, they're bullish. Even during the bear market in 2017, the monthly EMAs, which have been dictating Bitcoin's bull run since its inception, were bullish in that bear market. They were bullish in 2014. They were bullish throughout all of history of BTC that we have in the charts. Right now, they're not bullish anymore. Suddenly, it's a switch. A switch has been turned. They have crossed bearish. Again, the only way I'll be wrong is if we do pump, we cross above them, and we hold them as support. That's the only way. And the example is something that looks like this, for example. You break above them, you go to retest them, and you hold the support. You don't lose it. You wick under it. It's fine, no problem. But you're not losing it. You continue to go. And they should recross bullish again. So these have crossed bearish right now. And they should flip bullish. And from my personal experience as an analyst, and from my personal experience as a TA, it's very hard for these to cross bearish and then recross bullish in a short period of time. It will take time for the bearish cross to turn to bullish again. Also, why I'm leaning towards, a pump here rather than a drop is because usually in TA, if you want to call it, after a bearish cross or during a bearish cross or a bullish cross, by the way, price action tends to do the opposite of that cross. So if you're crossing bearish right now, price usually pumps. And if you're crossing bullish, price usually drops first. It's just like, market manipulation, if you want to call it. And then the real cross, and then the effect of the cross will be felt after. So you have a bearish cross. So price action will do the opposite, which is a pump. And then after that, the continuation of that cross, or the effect of that cross, will take place, which is a continuation of a drop. All right. And this makes sense because if you do an inverted chart, you see, let me just remove this slightly. If you do the inverted chart here for Bitcoin, you will see that you are bullishly crossed. So if you show a TA out there, a bull, you can do that. But you can do it, by the way. I'll print screen it later and post it on Twitter. If you show any bull out there, any bullish TAs calling for the start of the run to be now, you show them these EMAs right like this crossed, they will say that this is a bullish cross, and they will say that you are in a bullish trend soon, and you are overextended from that trend. So most likely what will happen is that you need to go towards the EMAs after some period of time. You need to retest them again because you are overextended from them. And now if you go, and then after that, obviously the bullishness continues, right? And if you flip back to actual chart, look how it looks now on the actual chart. You see, it looks like a pump, a rejection, and a drop. And this is what I think is going to happen basically for Bitcoin. All right. So unfortunately, I wish I could have more, bullish news for everybody. But I think the next couple of years are going to be very hard for everybody in crypto and in every market out there. All right. I'm going to pop to the charts, to the chat to see if anything's up there. If you have some altcoin requests, you can drop by. You can drop them in the chat and I'll probably analyze them. If not, I'll just analyze what I have from my Discord members because I need to check their coins as well. But most likely, I'll make it very, very simple. Any token that you have out there, if it has really good potential and is very solid, most likely with this small pump that we, most likely will experience, these tokens should start popping like popcorn. And if they do, I really suggest that you take out, get out when you can. That's all I'm going to say for that. If your tokens are not really good or not really solid, they're not going to really move with this. But either way, the general direction, in my personal opinion, of any token out there is 50% to the downside from current price action, from current price. So in the long term, I believe, for example, like a token like Chili's, which I love, by the way, which is at 0.10 right now, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that token right there will do another 50% discount from that 0.10. BNB, for example, which is at 261, most likely will do a 50% discount also. Maybe stronger than 50 because BNB, has been overextended for quite some time now. So it will all depend, obviously, on how solid the token is. But 50% is minimum for me, in my personal opinion. Whatever token out there, even Bitcoin, it could do, 6K, 7K, which is around 50% from where it is right now. Ethereum, same thing. So how much is it? 1,000? So $400, $500. So those are my, general projections. Obviously, they will not happen if I'm wrong about this. If I'm wrong about the bearish cross on the monthly time frame. But this is TA and its probabilities. And just use your logic. This has never crossed bearish in the entirety of Bitcoin. And now suddenly a monthly EMA, which is a huge EMA, which has been support for Bitcoin throughout its inception, forever, has now crossed bearish for the first time. So you do the math. And it's up to you whether you're going to believe me or not. Let's check the chat and see if there's any questions here. Worth buying spot here then, but have targets to get above 20. If your token prices are super cheap, it's worth to buy, obviously, if you want to swing that pop to the upside, because I think there will be a pop to the upside. But as long as you get out. That's the main. So basically, you have to flip to a swing trader. You have to swing trade your spot backs on high time frames, because the pop up is gonna take months to finally finalize, and the pop down is gonna take months to finalize. So we're talking monthly time frames. So it's gonna take a long time for it to happen, basically. Adriana, oh hi Audrey, how are you? 2 points, and you use these indicators as reference. Only 2 data points, means don't be a blind bear. It's not only 2 points. If you want to talk about financial markets and the economy out, and the worldwide economy, the position of the dollar right now, the Fed, inflation coming. If you factor all of these things in, I'm more right. Even though you want to call me a bear, whatever. I'm not a bear. I'm whatever. I'm what the charts tell me to be. If I'm wrong, I'll be very happy that I'm wrong. That's all I'm going to say to that. The NASDAQ, the S&P 500, Tesla, whatever you want to call it, be ready for a long, long winter. I'm not trying to be fearful. I'm not trying to be a bear, but I'm just trying to let you know to be ready and be prepared. So I'd rather you call me a bear and whatever, and I'm prepared for the worst, than to be, gullible and hopeful that I'm going to see rainbows and butterflies at the end of, 2024. Being gullible is not a strength, just so you know. So, I'd rather be a bear. Compare example the NASDAQ on the monthly and have a look if the cross. Yeah, here's what I want to tell you though. The NASDAQ is different data than Bitcoin. So I'm gonna go to S&P 500, no problem. All right. Oh, crypto. So we can go to SPX, right? The S&P 500. And the data you use for the S&P 500 is different than the data that you use for Bitcoin. But either way, these EMAs are very, very reliable. How? Bearish cross on the monthly. So these are the monthly time frame. Now this is the S&P 500 for the person who's asking. S&P 500 monthly time frame, right? Bearish cross, right? Right there. Dip below, cross bearish. How much did it take for this? September, where is it? August 21 all the way to 24. So 3 years of downside, right? But this is the S&P 500, right? And this is also includes different, it's a different information, different data. It's not the same as Bitcoin. The crypto chart, the BTC chart, and the S&P 500 chart, and the NASDAQ chart, and the Tesla chart, every chart is different. But generally speaking, obviously, S&P 500 will dominate the movement of all major markets most of the time. But what I'm trying to tell you is very simple. When these monthly EMA cross, you get a very long downtrend. So for the NASDAQ, it's 3 years here. How much is it here? It's around 3 years also here. I don't know. I can go on for with this forever, analyzing the crosses. Here, around the year. So it's slightly different for the NASDAQ. The data that the NASDAQ has. So if this happened on the NASDAQ, it's slightly different than the S&P. So if this same cross happens right now on the S&P 500, I'm not going to tell you that there's 10 years coming of financial burden for the S&P 500 or stress or whatever or downside. I would say that you probably have between 1 to 3 years, because that's from the history of, S&P 500 chart. That's what it says. But for Bitcoin, you have something that has been holding you up for 10 years and now it's entered a downtrend, and I don't have historical data to compare it to because it has never happened before. So you be the judge of how many years crypto will stay down. It would be 10, it will be 3, it will be 4, it will be 5. All I can tell you for sure, and now I can be very, very certain of this, once the next bull run resumes, these monthly EMAs that you don't believe in are gonna tell me that it's resumed, basically. All right. So once the bull run resumes again, I will know because price action will bounce above these EMAs, hold them as support, and then rip to the moon, as it has done throughout forever. All right. I hope that answers your question. What else do we have here? Oh, tokens. Algorand, EGLD, Ocean. How much is 1 year for subscription to Discord? You can DM me for that. I don't know. Chainlink, please. Thanks. Join the Discord or drop a DM. Maze, any chance we start copy trading anytime soon? Yes. Copy trading is going to start. I've talked to my exchange already. Probably by February, beginning of February, it will be up and running. I will release the details soon on Twitter, obviously, for how to join and what to do. All right, so that is it for BTC. Just to do a quick summary before I go to the altcoins. I believe that the next couple of years are going to be very hard for both crypto and the financial market. The S&P 500, the Nasdaq, whatever. How hard or how strong or how bad or how long, I cannot tell you. Honestly, I cannot tell you. Because you're trying to ask me to analyze macro trends with micro data, which is impossible. Many out there who are real economists or real technical analysts even have problems with macro analysis, definitely. But what I can tell, especially with time frames and periods. But what I can tell you for sure, from my personal opinion, is that the bull run will not start now. Let's keep it at that. Because everybody's saying that the bull run is starting soon, or now, or January, or February. The bull run is not starting now. The best chance Bitcoin has to start its bull run will be around the halving. All right? And granted, the EMAs need to break. If they don't break, and Bitcoin keeps getting rejected on top of them all the time, then you're going to be entering that bear market till they finalize, till they hit. And I have a target here till they basically, flip bullish. And I have a target here of around 6K for Bitcoin if this scenario plays out. And you see that my targets are not, fantasy. I take them from support resistant trend lines, from volume profiles where there was a lot of volume. You can see here that there is a lot of traded volume around these levels here. As you can see here, between 6K and 10K, there's a hefty amount. Obviously, the biggest area of traded volume was around $1,000. So there's a lot of people who bought Bitcoin around that area. So that's the biggest, strongest support Bitcoin has. But obviously, the next support, or the next strongest support that we have right now below us, is that 10 to 5.5K area. Okay, hence the drawing, hence the fractal, hence the theory. All right. All right, let's go to the charts, to altcoins. Oh, before the altcoins, right? I forgot to say something. Protect yourselves by buying assets like gold and silver in commodities. Even buying a car or a motorcycle or a collectible or some piece of land or opening a shop, or starting a business, whatever. Let your money work. Use your money and put it somewhere so it can generate you more money. Don't keep it as money. So don't keep it as fiat. And don't buy everything. So don't keep it as crypto also. Because when you need it and your crypto is down, you're going to sell at a loss. The best thing you can protect your money with, and I say protect because there will be a time where your money is going to lose all its value, basically. The best way to protect it is by buying physical, let me stress that again, physical gold, bullions, physical silver, or physical assets like that don't really depreciate too much, like land or houses or whatever. That's the smartest and safest way to protect yourself from a very bad scenario. And it's smart and it's safe because you're not losing anything. So if you invest smartly in gold and you stop DCAing here, because I bought the dip, by the way, just so you guys know, And when this pumps to the upside, I'll probably be selling, obviously, that dip I bought. But I'm not going to be selling all of it, probably 70% of it. And I'll leave 30% in. That's a smart, safe way. And if the bull run starts again and I'm wrong, then I'll just reinvest that 70% on that starting of the bull run. I mean, everybody's calling for Bitcoin going to 100 or a million. So why should I care if I buy it at 30 or at 20 or at 10, right? Using that logic. But I'd rather buy it and be safe than buy it and be sorry, basically. So that is it for BTC. That is it for, the markets out there. I believe the next couple of years will be very, very hard for everybody, both financially, physically, spiritually, whatever you want to call it. Be prepared. Don't keep your money as fiat. Invest smartly, gold, silver, land, houses, whatever. Open a business, buy something, let your money work. Don't keep it in the bank, because if you keep it in the bank, you will regret what happens after. And obviously, my best piece of advice, if this scenario were to play out, when all hope is lost, or when you feel all hope is lost, and when everybody's saying all hope is lost, buy. Buy, and don't be scared to buy. Actually, you can be DCAing now, by the way. You can, if you didn't buy anything and you're wondering where to buy, you can start your journey here. But all I'm saying is, don't go all in here in crypto and believe that you're going to be a millionaire in a few years. That's all I'm saying. Because this will dip again, and you will have more chances to accumulate. So do it in a smart way and don't be gullible. All right, for the altcoins for today, I'm going to be doing these altcoins very quickly. I will tell you what altcoins I'm going to do. I'll probably take some requests also very fast. Let me see here what we have. Sorry, I just need to check my altcoin list. And excuse the puppies out there. My dogs are barking. So I have a AR, Loca, LDO, Quant, Sand, VRA. And I'll take some requests from the chat, obviously. And I'm going to be doing this very quickly, by the way, because I know, generally speaking, where this is heading and where they're going and what's probably happening with them. Is AR Arweave, right? It's Arweave. I think so. Yeah. All right, so Arweave, personal opinion, uptrend in the next couple of, so in these 2 months, upcoming months, uptrend, lowest or the areas it might go to is anything between $12 and $22, right? $12 is basically, if Bitcoin doesn't really pump to 31 or 28, that's where this gets rejected and you're done. Around $22 to $20, that's if Bitcoin pumps as predicted, as I said earlier. If we do have a bull trap, this could go as high as 22, right? So best advice for people who are conflicted in this, or where do I sell or whatever, as the price of the token goes up, just move your stop loss with it, and use stop loss also for spot bags. So if your token is at 12 and you bought at 6, so you're already up 100%. If you want to be greedy, you just move your stop loss, let's say, to like a 10 or something. That way, if your stop loss hits, you're out with a profit and not too much loss. And if price continues to go up, then you make more money. You move your stop loss up again. So you move your stop loss to 12 if price is at 16 or 17, or so on and so forth, till you finally finalize what you want. Obviously, I have a strategy on how to, or where to sell or where to buy, but it's too complicated to explain. I usually use my indicators, specifically the squeeze indicator, on the weekly time frame to try to understand if I can buy now or not, or sell now or not. As of now, I wouldn't be selling this for sure. I'd be probably waiting for a sell signal, which will probably happen in that range that I spoke about. Loca is another token. Oh, on the long term, by the way, I mean, like I said, 50% down from where you are right now. So $3, you can expect that on the long term, if I'm right with a prolonged bear market theory. Next is Loca. This token has been consolidating for a while. It's pretty good token, I think. It's chip chopping, definitely, in a range. I would say more chip chop, upside probably towards 0.675. If Bitcoin really, starts pumping and does that trap that I told you about, this could easily go to like $1.45. Easy. But I don't see it. I even if Bitcoin pumps, I don't see it. Just based on the indicators. What I do see is probably just retesting the EMAs, so around 0.6, 0.66, 0.65, 0.64, that area, and probably, a drop after again towards the lows. And more consolidation till it decides to either break support, which is 0.27, or break resistance, which is 0.7. There's these two levels. If it doesn't break them, this is gonna stay, it's gonna stay chip chopping in this range. Next is LDO. I've never heard of this before. I think it's this one. Oh, for some reason I've traded it or was analyzing it before. Good. All right. So this is bullish, not bad. Problem is you are you wicked above. I don't have a lot of data on this, but it is bullish on the 3-day. Don't expect any drop soon, but expect, by the end of, I would say, March for this to heavily drop. And I think this will probably go for the wick again. So it will probably go back to 2.4. And I don't think it goes above that. All right. I don't think it goes above that 2.4 area or 2 to 2.4. I think it will stay here around this region here between 2 to 2.4 over the next couple of weeks and then consolidate and then drop. All right. Quant. Yeah, I would say this is also bullish as well. Yeah, I would say this is bullish as well. And let me just see here. Yeah, I mean, I think this could easily go to 144 from where it is right now. So around 23% to the upside. I think there will be a reaction there. I think it will probably get rejected heavily. Can it break it and go even higher if Bitcoin pumps? I have no idea. No idea. As of now, I can tell you for sure, though, the direction should be around that area, around that 144 area. It breaks above 144, I should analyze again. But I don't see it, to be honest. I don't see it breaking above it. I just see it going there, consolidating, and then getting rejected and then dropping. Sand. Again, over the long term, I see 50% discounts on all of these tokens that you provided or shown. Sand. If Bitcoin pumps or super pumps, this could easily go up to around $1.1, which is a 50% push to the upside. Yeah, I think. Is it snowballing? Let me see here. I think worst case scenario, this just goes to like 0.7 and that's it. Best case scenario, it goes to $1. It will all depend on Bitcoin and the strength of Bitcoin's move. But general direction of this is also up. It just needs a couple of weeks to finalize the move. So basically what I've been predicting for Bitcoin, I think the altcoins will follow. So a fake pump to the upside and then a drop. Next is VRA. Same idea. This is probably pumping out also. I would say easy 50% up for this. Easily in worst case scenario. And best case scenario probably goes to around, 70 mark, which is around 150%. So 50 to 150% gains also. I think this is going to move up as well because it is a good token with solid foundations. So yeah, I think it's probably going to go up between 50 to 150% depending on Bitcoin strength, and it probably in the next couple of months. So between February, March. After that, probably drop again, 50%, even more, I would say. Yeah, it's going to probably go here towards this blue box. Let's see the chat here. Algo and EGLD, sure, no problem. EGLD. Let's see here. Same thing, guys. Same thing. All of them are same. EGLD is better than most because I have more data. So I would say, 55 easily. I would say 55 easily. And if Bitcoin really, super pumps, probably around 75 to 80. Yeah, but it will be hard for it to go to 80, but yeah, 55, 60, not that bad. Not that hard, sorry. So yeah, I think EGLD, probably anything between $55 to $60, reasonable from where it is right now in the next couple of weeks. After that, obviously, I think rejection as well. What else do we have here in the chat? Algo. All right, Algo. Let's see. Same thing. Same thing. Yeah, same thing. Easily, I would say 60% up from where it is right now, easy in the next couple of weeks. Let's be conservative. 35 to 60% upside easily. If Bitcoin were to super pump though, this could easily go around 135% up. Again, all of these tokens are going up. It will depend on how fundamentally strong they are. The TA can give you so much because TA is more of levels than anything else. So for example, here the EMAs, which are around 0.5 region, right? Usually they should be back tested. But if certain levels don't break, these EMAs don't get back tested. So if, for example, 0.38 doesn't get broken on this token, you don't see any monthly candles above 0.38, there's no way you see 0.55 after. But if you see a monthly candle above it, then most likely you're going to see that 0.5 after. And actually, it's not that bad. It's a 50% increase from 0.38. So you can just set TP1, TP2, and that's super easy, and move stop loss. Similar to trading. So you buy here at the lows, right? You put a TP here at the first level, which is, which was it? Like a 0.35 or 0.36, conservatively speaking. And then once your TP hits, you move your stop loss and you wait for your second TP. If your second TP hits, it hits. If it doesn't, your stop loss gets hit, triggers, and you're still out with a loss, and you saved yourself a lot of downtrend, basically. Link. Chain link. Let's see here. Same thing. Same thing. Nice double bottom on link also. Same thing. I would say 24% up easy for link. Super pump Bitcoin probably 65%. So 20 to 60% gain for this token, I think, next couple of weeks from where it is. Everything up, but after, I think everything down. I don't think everything's gonna pump. Impressive analysis as always. Thank you so much. Hey Maze, have you looked at? No, not yet. Not yet. Keep it a secret. I'll look at it later. Solana. Up also. Definitely. I mean, I would say easy 70% to the upside for Solana. Super pump Bitcoin, probably twice as that. So 140% gain for this token. everything is pointing up. All the altcoins are out there in the world are heading up. The problem is not that, because I posted like a 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, that January, February, mid-Jan to mid-February, fireworks need to start. You most likely will see Bitcoin pumping, which obviously tells you that altcoins will pump. So altcoins pumping right now, or we're seeing upside on all of these, is not something surprising to me or to anyone who's been following me. The question is not if they're gonna go up. The question is what happens after. Will they get rejected on will Bitcoin get rejected on the monthly EMAs? Will it fail the retest, or will it close above the monthly EMAs and start the bull run really? For me, like I said, personally, I've stopped accumulation of any token out there till the end of January, or till I see at least a reaction on that 28K level. And if the reaction is positive, I will buy again. No problem. I don't mind buying at 28K. And if the reaction is not favorable, I'll probably sell most of the things. Either way, I'm selling. But whether I'm going to be selling 70% or 50% or 30% or reinvesting that 70% or 50% or 30% will depend on the reaction on that level. Solana done. Why don't you analyze all to the BTC pairs? No specific reason. I just feel it's more what's the word in English to use? It's more stable. That's the word. It's analyzing BTC to USDT or altcoins to USDT makes my analysis more stable, aka allows me to get better predictions, better trading, better analysis. ICP, please. Sure, ICP. Some of these tokens don't have data, so I can't really analyze anything. Let's see. All right. Here's the thing with this. This token has a barrier here. You see that 4.9, so that $5 area, which is around 12% from where it is, right? This is the token, no ICP, right? It is. If this $5 area, it's not actually 5, it's like 4.8 or something, 4.9. If you start to see a daily candle or 2 daily candles or a weekly is very safe actually. If you see a weekly candle close above this, so let's say you see it close at 5.3, this can easily go up another 50%. Easy. General direction is up. I said this already. Most altcoins are going to be probably popping, especially if they're fundamentally strong. The big question is, what will they do after? Now, how much they pop, TA can help you to a certain extent, because some tokens, for example, should go to, let's say, this EMA, but they're not fundamentally strong. So they actually don't do anything. They just consolidate. But they don't drop. That's the thing. When most tokens are signaling to the upside, 2 things usually happen. If the token is very strong fundamentally, the upside target gets hit. If the token is not strong fundamentally, you just consolidate. But you don't really drop. If you're using TA, basically. Oh, sorry. So yeah. What is next? Ocean, please. Sure, why not? Nice. All right. Be very frank with you. I mean, this could go another 42% up from where it is right now. Will it go? Let me just check here. I don't think so. I don't think it will go. But I can give you a sign if it will go or not. I can like tell you if it will go that 50% up or not. Very, very easy. Weekly candle close above 0.27. That's it. That's all you need, in my personal opinion. Weekly close above 2.27, and this goes up at least another 30%. All right, even 50, but 30 is conservative. We're speaking conservative way. Will it happen? Honestly, I need more data, but I'm leaning towards a no, because you are at resistance. So this level where you are right now. It is resistance. It's not support. So no one really buys anything at resistance. You really sell, or you wait for a reaction. The reaction is what I told you earlier. We can make it even less, by the way. No, we cannot. Weekly candle above 0.27. That's the only thing I can tell you that can help you, whether this will pump more or not. From a technical analysis perspective, from the indicators on their own, I don't think so. I don't think it breaks that 0.27 area. But the more data you have, so over the next couple of days, you keep watching the charts and seeing what's happening with it, especially the daily time frame. If you see this token doing something like this, and you start just consolidating here and not really moving anymore, then just know that this is gonna drop again, and it's not gonna go extra 40%. But if you see the token break above that 0.27 and then retest it, because it will go for a retest and then hold it, then you know that this is gonna go 30% up. All right, basic TA. Sorry about that. BNB, please. BNB, I think is very easy. I love BNB. It's one of the tokens I collect the most, actually. Let's see. Upside for BNB. No problem in that. Yeah. Nice double bottom for BNB. If Bitcoin does a super pump, this could go up very, very nicely. Let's see here how much percentage wise. Nope. Yeah. I think if Bitcoin does decide to super pump, I think BNB can go up to like 400 easily. If Bitcoin doesn't decide to super pump, I mean, it will stay in a range here. It will stay between like 350 to 200 area for quite some time, till it decides where to go, basically. Let me see. Is this weekly? Yeah, this is a weekly. If for example BNB closes a weekly candle above, like, let's say 340. So anything above this and BNB goes up 35% extra to the upside. Probably around this area, around the $400 area, is going to probably get rejected there. But because BNB is a strong fundamental token, and because I see double bottom here, and because the indicators are pointing to upside, I think this will probably reach 400. 400 and ish, something slightly above. But I don't see it dropping, by the way. I don't see drops in BNB. In the next couple of months, between January and March, I see upside. All the tokens. Most of the tokens. VeChain. Gonna do 2 more of these. I'll call it a night. Let's see here. Yeah. All right. So upside for VeChain, 100%. But I think no more than 0.2, honestly. Even if BTC decides to super pump, I don't see it going above 0.22. If it does, though, and this is the big if, how do you know that it will go above 0.22? So one of the key signs is a monthly candle close. So if you see one monthly candle close above, let's say 0.24, right? If we see a monthly close around 0.25, 0.26, then B chain can go another extra 50%, which it could happen, by the way, because what you're seeing here, which is a very strong resistance area on the weekly time frame, which is this one here, it is weekly resistance. There will be a rejection there. But if sentiment is strong enough and, you know, Bitcoin is pumping, then it can do it. It can do it. It can go to the monthly EMAs. But I don't see anything else more than that for now. I see that it either gets rejected at 0.2 and drops, or it does a super pump towards, you know, 0.38 or point whatever, which is the EMAs right here, and then drop. So the final destination, I think is the same, which is a drop after. But over the next couple of weeks, between Jan and March, this is up. This is going up. But once it reaches 0.22, I want to see a reaction, which is around, how much is this? Yeah, which is around the 30% push to the upside. So it can do easily 30% up. Easily. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, it could do like 100% upside from where it is right now. ADA, two more, which is ADA and FTM, I think. Yeah, this is also the same upside. Here, I mean, 30% easy to the upside, easily. That's the, you know, the worst case scenario. You get 30% easy. Best case scenario, you get around 60%, let's say, 66%. So 30 to 60% upside, I think. Best case scenario. After that, rejection and drop. And last but not least, FTM. Let's see, Phantom. Unfortunately, this is one of those tokens that I don't think is gonna do much. 0.34. Let me see here. 0.34. How much is this? All right. So I'm gonna be very, very simple. I don't think this token goes above. I would dare say here. There's divergence here. There is a divergence also. I would say it doesn't really go above this area where it is right now, which is around 0.25. If it does, you're going to see a weekly candle above 0.25. And if you see that weekly candle above 0.25, it can do an extra 30%, 40% to the upside. But if it doesn't do that, forget about it. Will it do it? I don't think so. Well, at least not now. But I don't think so. All right, guys. So that is it for the live today. Again, just remember, in my personal opinion, bear market confirmed, long bear market confirmed. How long will it last? How will it be? It's very hard for me to tell you. It's not an easy thing. But what I can tell you for sure is I don't think the bull run is starting now. That's all I can tell you. Everybody thinks that it is starting, that we've hit the bottom, whatever. I don't think it's starting now. What I think is that we will be here stuck more. Whether there's going to be extra year, extra 2 year, extra 3 years, extra 5 years, I can't really say. You cannot really analyze macro, or you cannot predict macro predictions with micro data or micro information. All you're going to be doing is basically just guessing. But yes, just be smart, prepare for the worst, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Don't be gullible. Don't think everything's going up and we're going to the moon, because I don't think it will. Thank you for those who are watching the live stream, by the way. I appreciate you guys that you came. If you have any questions about anything, my Twitter DMs are always open. I'm always ready to help people out there. And if you want to join my Discord, you can join my Discord. Copy trading will be launched hopefully beginning of February, I think. FTM, I think I said so. I think no upside. I think it's gonna get stuck where it is right now and drop. But if it does break that 0.25 level, it can go around 40% up. So one weekly candle, I think if it was, and it goes up 40 extra percent. All right, guys, thank you again for watching the live. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again next time. Enjoy your weeks, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.